What is up, everybody? Welcome once again to my YouTube channel, and today let's continue with our career mode. We are today at the Suzuka International Circuit for round 17 of the championship and the Japanese Grand Prix. As you can see on the left hand side, Sauber brought up 3 upgrades for their cars, which propelled them past Haas in the graph of the vehicle performance. Then Renault brought 1 upgrade of their own to get themselves atop of the Scuderia Force India. And now we got from Scuderia Ferrari a new rival. Kimi Raikkonen is currently sitting in 6th place, and we got him as a new rival. This is the qualifying results. We got Lewis Hamilton on pole, followed by Nico Rosberg, a front row lockout with us in P3 with Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen right behind us. Then Kimi Raikkonen and Sebastian Vettel with our teammate right behind them in 8th place, Jenson Button and Sergio Perez completing the top 3. So let's start with the race.
5 races remaining and you've still got a chance of winning the World Drivers' title. Let's grab a solid points finish.
As we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights out, and away we go for the Japanese Grand Prix. Because we got a very good start. There's also a Manor going around of someone. I believe it was Kimi Raikkonen with the Pursuit. We're already side by side with Rosberg, and we slide. We lose the back end, but we managed to control it, and we actually get past. We are in the lead of the Japanese Grand Prix with a beautiful move around Nico Rosberg. I believe that was. Yes, it is indeed Rosberg behind us. He started on the medium compound tires before, and Hamilton is right behind him. So Hamilton with a very poor start, he lost his pole and is now currently in P3. So let's see if Rosberg has any sort of maneuver to be done right behind us. He may attack us since he at least has the pace during qualifying. Looks like not. We are going to get a replay of our starts now from our cockpit cam. As you can see, Hamilton bogs down massively, and we have to avoid him getting the slipstream off of Rosberg. And as we go under braking, we tap with our front end his rear end, and we lose the back end, and we just go Tokyo drifting through that whole first corner. A very beautiful maneuver. Let's just see another angle from Hamilton's point of view. Just imagine seeing some car going randomly past you like that, going sideways. It's really a unique sight, no doubt. So we are now continuing with replays of the start of our teammate. As you can see, he was starting from P8, and I believe it was Sebastian Vettel with a very poor start. He even gets touched from behind by Force India as he got blocked by said Ferrari, and that caused him to drop a couple of places. I believe he is now down into either P9 or P10 as he is side by side with the Renault. I believe it is Kevin Magnussen. Yes, it is indeed. They bang wheels, they get slightly out of shape through the S's, but I believe the Renault driver gets through. As you can see now, with the massive start that K-Mag had, is already past the Williams, and as you saw, the Force India smashing onto the back of Pascal Wehrlein, and they bang wheels and lifted in frustration as they go very carefully throughout the remaining of that first corner. And yeah, as we go uphill through the S's, we just saw the wheels banging. It was hell knocking up loose, and the Renault driver got the position done. So up into the points position, starting from P13 if I'm not mistaken. We're now following the start from Fernando Alonso, who got a similar start to us, but this time around he actually managed to get past the Toro Rosso driver, and he is on the inside, gets the move done I believe. But now we have a Williams, I believe it is Felipe Massa, blocking him, and he goes massively slow out of turn 1, and that brings up an invitation for the Toro Rosso driver to get alongside him. So let's see, I believe it is Carlos Sainz alongside Alonso at the moment, and Alonso has the grip advantage since he's starting on the soft tires. So let's see on the mirrors, yes, he gets the move done indeed. So later into lap 1, we are now watching Lewis Hamilton with better grip on his tires due to the softer compound available in this race, and he gets the move done on Nico Rosberg even before reaching the braking zone for 130R. Further back onto the pack, we have our teammates using the Mercedes engine to propel himself in front of the Renault of Kevin Magnussen. as he is forced himself wide through the exit of 130R. Let's see if he can get back on him. Looks like not. He's actually going to be attacked by Valtteri Bottas. Bottas is going to push him very wide indeed, and but he gets through, and Felipe Massa was having a cheeky look down the inside, but didn't manage to convert it onto an overtaking maneuver, as we now have, I believe this is Fernando Alonso going side by side with the Force India, and indeed he is, I believe it is Sergio Perez, so he is battling for what is around 11th or 12th place, and he got the move done. And the Toro Rosso also got past Sergio Perez, as we are now following our cockpit cam as we post the fastest lap of the race so far. We start lap 2, and we are going to be pressurized by Hamilton throughout this Grand Prix. As you can see now is Nico Rosberg dropping back from his teammate, and is under pressure from, I believe this is Max Verstappen, who makes his move around 130R going on the insides, and very good stuff to not crush both of themselves in that corner. As now we see Valtteri Bottas overtaking our teammate into 130R, and right behind, I believe it was a Renault and Felipe Massa squabbling, and Felipe Massa got the move done as well. So both Williams propelling themselves one place ahead of the pack through that straight. We are now at the end of lap 2, and Hamilton, we lose the back end massively, so we're going to get not the best exit ever, and Hamilton posts the fastest lap of the race so far. He gets the slipstream, is already side by side with us through the first corner. We brake earlier, and as he overshoots the corner, we get an easy switchback, and we retain our first place, which is going to be hard since Hamilton he has the fastest car at the moment, and he also has the grippiest tires available for him. So let's just see if we can battle with him for long enough for him to wreck his tires, as we are now having, now it is, I believe this is the Australian Daniel Ricciardo overtaking Nico Rosberg. So the Mercedes driver got a good start, was momentarily in P1, got dropped back to P2, and he is now at the moment, I believe it is P6, or either P5 or P6, as we now have Ricciardo battling with Max Verstappen for, I believe this is third place, and I believe the Dutchman was the one who overtook the Australian driver in this instance, as we now have a Williams battling with our teammate, I believe it is Felipe Massa, and Felipe Massa gets the move done, a 130R, and is going away. Already got a few cars length as he forced our teammate wide through 130R, as we are now in lap 5, as we are following Carlos Sainz, I believe, who is witnessing a battle between our teammate and some other car. I cannot quite see at the moment. It is a McLaren Honda, and I believe it is Fernando Alonso, and he pushed our teammate wide, and Carlos Sainz just says thank you very much, and he gets by, as we now have Carlos Sainz now in the next lap battling with Fernando Alonso. He gets DRS, goes very easily onto the first corner, but he overshoots it, but nevertheless he managed to get a hold of the place. And now in lap 7 we have Jenson Button witnessing a 3-wide battle into turn 1, and it was a Mercedes, I believe it was Nico Rosberg and Sebastian Vettel getting stuck on each other as they approach turn 1, and it is Jenson Button claiming a few positions, so I believe he is up to P6 at the moment, I believe that is, and we have now Jenson Button once again battling with the big boys, and he actually managed to get an overtaking done on I believe that was Daniel Ricciardo, so he's up to P4, I believe, at this moment. So a very good initial stage from Jenson Button, who qualified in 9th place, I believe, and is now up to P4. So this might be a very special Grand Prix for the British driver, as we have now Kimi Raikkonen, who does not have the space to get any moves done, but I'm sure he will be waiting for the next opportunity to battle with his teammate, as we now have Ricciardo battling with Nico Rosberg, as Nico Rosberg gets the slipstream, he gets ahead at the exit of 130R, he also overshoots the corner a slight bit, but he manages to retain 5th place, but lost a couple of car lengths to Jenson Button in the process, as we are now entering the end of lap 9, and Lewis Hamilton is going to get rid of those heavily worn soft tires, and he is going to get a set of hard tires. Sebastian Vettel is coming in onto the pits to do the same, and I believe this is Daniel Ricciardo, who is mimicking the rest of the switches done by the top drivers. And they are going to rejoin the track. Let's see which place they are going to at the end of this straight. They pit very early, so I believe it is close to last place. Yes, they are joining in lap 21, as there was a McLaren Honda passing through them. I don't know who that was actually, but now in lap 10 we have our teammate, I believe, battling with the Toro Rosso and losing said battle, as we now have Valtteri Bottas as his teammate Felipe Massa comes into the pits. He's now hung out to dry as he cannot get the slipstream off of Sebastian Vettel, and now I believe it is Carlos Sainz going on his inside into turn 1. They touch wheels, they get a little bit stuck, they go into the grass, but the Toro Rosso driver getting the move done as we now jump onto lap 11, and the motif of the Grand Prix has been overtaking spots, overtaking opportunities into 130R, even though the difference of the McLaren Honda engine to the remaining competitors is not been as exposed as one would guess, as it just got overtaken by the Ferrari. I believe it was Sebastian Vettel, but now Daniel Ricciardo is going to need the DRS and the slipstream to get his move done, maybe even not be able to, as we go into turn 1. Yes, indeed, the Red Bull driver cannot outpace the Honda engine, and they could not find a spot to make an overtaking done, as we are now in lap 13 and Max Verstappen has caught up to us after starting in P6 or P7, I believe, and he has now gone on to our inside and he gets the move done. We try to come back on him, we bang wheels, and he just gets the better traction out of the corner since he has a superior chassis, and he gets the move done. And now in lap 14 we are coming onto the pits to change our set of medium tires onto our hard compound tires. Max Verstappen changes onto a set of medium tires, so he's going to be faster than us, but he's also going to have his tires deteriorate quicker. So let's see when can we get back at the Dutch driver, as we now are in lap 16, and I believe this was, yes, it was the Dutch driver Max Verstappen going at the inside of Lewis Hamilton for the lead of the race, as we now have Pascal Wehrlein battling with Fernando Alonso. I'm not sure which place this is for, I believe it is around 14th, 15th place, and he pushes our teammate wide, and I believe it was K-Mag capitalizing on the incident and getting himself past the Manor driver, as we are now in lap 18 battling with Rosberg, as Hamilton is just too far ahead for us to catch, even if we have fresher tires. He has the fastest car at the moment, and Rosberg could not capitalize on an overtaking opportunity into 130R, and he will try to do the same into the first corner, but we give him the inside line. The AI almost always overshoots the corner and we get an easy switchback, but now we have troubles with the power output and getting the traction down at the exit of the last corner, and Rosberg is going to overtake us once again, even before the braking zone. But once again, once the AI has the inside line, they always overshoots that corner, and we get another easy switchback maneuver to retain our P3. But we managed to bottle it, as you can see, into the airpin. We managed to lock up completely. We had our car out of balance, we broke too late, and a driving mistake costing us third place, as we are now a little bit later onto the lap, and we are catching up to Verstappen and Rosberg, who are being blocked by Grosjean. I'm trying to cheese the AI here with the yellow flag. We're trying to find a spot where it will be green for us to be able to overtake, as even the Ferrari drivers have been able to catch up to us. And at this point Hamilton has overtaken the Verstappen for the lead of the race, and is already going off onto the distance since he took advantage of a green flag period. And as you can see, Nico Rosberg losing out immensely. He was in P3 and he is now dropped back onto P5. So let's see what happens with Romain Grosjean. As you can see, we are on the previous lap to all of this happening, and he's going to come out of the pits on a set of the soft tires. But just as he is going, he has even done one sector on those set of tires, and he gets a puncture on his left rear and so that is going to slow it down massively. A little bit later onto the lap, here comes Verstappen smashing onto the back end of the Haas driver, of the Haas car, and he goes very slowly, he cannot get past the French driver, and Lewis Hamilton, as you can see, just breezes past them and is going into the distance. No one can catch him at the moment, as we are going just in a moment going to see Nico Rosberg's turn to get stuck behind them. He actually tried to find a loop there to make an overtaking maneuver work, but he just couldn't at that instance, and he's now in lap 25, finding himself down into 5th place, but I believe it won't be for too long, as he is now side by side with the Ferrari driver. I believe it is Sebastian Vettel, so both the German drivers battling it out at 130R, and Nico Rosberg pushes Vettel wide and gets the move done. As we are now in lap 27, and I believe this is Carlos Sainz battling with no, this is actually Kvyat battling with the McLaren, and he crashes out his own teammate. So we heard by the radio that Sainz was having a very critical problem with his car, and he was going to be very slow. As you can see, the cars are going massively slow, but the speed difference between him and his teammate was so big that he actually, with that touch, broke his suspension, and Carlos Sainz is out of the race, and that brought out a safety car. And so this is going to knock up a whole different race, as after the group bunches up onto the safety car, you can see Lewis Hamilton followed by Nico Rosberg and Kimi Raikkonen. Then we have Felipe Massa, who starts 13th up to P8. Now we have our teammate up in P7, but with one less stop. We also have Daniel Ricciardo, who started P4, is now dropped back onto P12, so not the best performance from him. And we are now going to rejoin with the green flag racing. We are right behind Raikkonen. Let's see who can get the better traction out of this corner. Looks like the trio in front of us is the one going to get the better traction. Obviously we do not have DRS, but we are going to have the slipstream, but Raikkonen also has the slipstream from the pair in front of him. As you can see, the Mercedes cars already got a few cars lengths of a gap, and we just smashed onto the back end of Raikkonen. Unfortunately, no arm done for our front wing, as we had no room to avoid him, but now we make a Kamui Kobayashi into the hairpin, and we get ourselves past the Finnish driver, who might also lose a position for the German driver, but looks like not. Looks like the Finnish driver Raikkonen managed to conserve his position. So at this point, Nico Rosberg came into the pits, but there's no way we can catch up to Lewis Hamilton. He just has massive pace this afternoon, and we have now a battle with Sebastian Vettel onto 130R. We got the easy switch back on him. Now let's see, he's pressurizing us quite a lot. Now let's see what he does. He gets a better exit since he has the soft tires, and he's already side by side with us. He almost didn't even need the DRS, as we are now getting a switch back once again. It's very easy, no matter what tires and how much of a grip advantage they have. Once you give them the inside line, it is absolutely over, as we are now going to give Vettel the outside line just to switch it up, as we were ourselves very bored of getting easy defensive maneuvers. But now I let him go on the outside and he gets stuck on me. I didn't quite realize he was still there on the outside of the corner, and we go into the grass, so we try to put the power down and lose the back end. We are still having trouble clearing the grass out of our tires, and Daniel Ricciardo bumps us on the rear and is trying to forcefully take the position, and he's actually going to do so since he has the soft tires and a better car. So he eventually comes into the pit, so we are back into P2. We are now at lap 45, but now we have to deal with Valtteri Bottas, who has done a great race to come up onto P3. I believe he even qualified out of the top 10, so massively well done from the Finnish driver, as we nearly lost the back end out there in the exit of turn 2, as we are going through the asses. And let's see how close Bottas can get to us come the overtaking spots of the circuit. As you can see, we are now at the end of lap 46, and he is probably going to get a good run at us, and he's going to have DRS and the slipstream Oh no, it looks like he's going into the pits rather, but now we got rid of Valtteri Bottas and we now have to deal with an even more dangerous Mercedes driven by Nico Rosberg. So let's see how quickly he comes up to us. Just in the next few corners, I believe he's going to get himself under 1 second. But we now jump onto lap 51 as we have just been defending with him. We have been defending this whole race, giving him the inside line and getting the easy switchback. I don't think that is worth showing too much. But now we gave him the outside line. Last time we did the same. We got very much in trouble with Vettel, and that cost us a position to Daniel Ricciardo. But as you can see, now Rosberg gets a better exit. I believe he has fresher hard tires on his car, and we are going side by side through the S's. He clips our front end, always makes a spin, so we are struggling for grip as they have a much better car, and he gets the move done. And I don't think we are going to be able to come back at him for the remaining of the race. As you can see now, this is Lewis Hamilton at the end of lap 53, the last lap of this race, and he's going to go through the last corner and he's going to cross over the line to take the win of the Japanese Grand Prix. A devastating performance from the British driver, gets in the top step of the podium, but now right behind us Nico Rosberg is going to get P2, but we are still battling with Verstappen, who closed in on us in the last stages of the race. He gets the move done onto 130R, he blocks us a bit, he gets a very damaged front wing, but we are now making a diving maneuver on the chicane, but he gets better traction out of it as he got a better line. But he is now going to try to overtake us as he clips us on the rear end. We both go onto the grass and we are going sideways. We cross over the line sideways, but finally we manage to somehow get into P3. So we are very proud of the very unique way to cross the finishing line.
Brilliant stuff from Mercedes today. That's another historic win. Tell me, Ant, what was the key to this success?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today.
As we now go into the race results, Lewis Hamilton finishing ahead of Nico Rosberg and us crossing the line with the final podium positions. Then we have Max Verstappen, Valtteri Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo, Kimi Raikkonen, our teammate Jensen Button finishing exactly in the same spots they started with 89th place, and Nico Hülkenberg completing the top 10 with an excellent display of his own. As we are now back onto our motorhome, as we go take a look at our laptop, as you can see we are leading the rivalry between us and Kimi Raikkonen. As we are now going to jump onto the driver standings, we are in 5th place, very close. I believe it is 13 points behind Daniel Ricciardo, so we closed in on him, and I'm not sure if we still have a chance of taking the world championship, the Drivers' World Championship, but nevertheless it is still a good effort from us in the last couple of races. Our teammate is still sitting in P15. Now in just a moment I'm going to show you guys the constructor standings, as Mercedes helped themselves get a big lead onto Red Bull, 69 points, and we are still trying to catch up to Williams, as we are only 3 points behind the Williams team. So this was it for the Japanese Grand Prix. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you liked the video. If you didn't, the dislike button is right beside it. Subscribe if you want to see more, and see you guys in the next race, and have a wonderful day.